Gentlemen, welcome to the Be a Man podcast. I'm your host, Greg Denning. I'm the creator and coach of the Be a Man Masterclass and Tribe, and I am fired up today. I'm actually sitting up on my terrace here in Portugal on an absolutely fantastic, beautiful day. We just got back we hosted a week-long retreat here at our place, and then we led a trip for families to Scotland, and that was our first time, all of us, was first time in Scotland, and man, our entire family fell in love with it. What a magical place. It was specifically a Scottish Highlands trip, and it was awesome. Man, crazy awesome. So life-changing back-to-back trips and retreat and adventures, cool experiences, transformations happening. We're really digging in and striving to be our best selves, brothers, our best self. So the reason I'm so fired up today, I actually have a topic. Somebody requested a topic, and I really appreciate that. If you guys have a topic, you have something you want me to address, shoot me an email. Let me know. Shoot me a message. Connect with me on Instagram or Facebook, and shoot me over a message, and I'm happy to do that. So I was getting all prepared to do that, but I just kept thinking about this topic that's been on my mind so much lately. And I thought, you know what? That's it. I'm got to do a podcast about it. I gotta address this because it is a big problem, and it's just getting worse. And particularly with emphasis for dads. As a dad, you and I have fatherhood is the greatest responsibility. So I was gonna say we have massive responsibilities. It really is. Like, being a father is one of the greatest responsibilities there is, and that's why I think it's so important. And we should prepare for it and live for it and take it dead seriously, every single aspect of it. And when we choose to have children, it even goes before that, doesn't it? When we choose to have sex, we're choosing really to have children. And when we make the choice to have children, we have automatically made the choice that for the rest of our lives, we are going to level up so we can be great dads. Let me say that again. I want that to sink in. The moment you find out your wife is having a baby, and in some cases it was your girlfriend, and in some unfortunate cases it was just some girl you hooked up with, but when you find out you're having a baby, that's that, gentlemen. That decision, in fact, many decisions for the rest of your life have been made. In that moment, they were made. And there's no way out of it. This is non-negotiable. There's no exceptions. There's no exemptions. There's no vacation. There's no time off. There's never a vacation from being a great dad. There's never a graduation from being a great dad. You have to keep getting better and being better. It is a gigantic responsibility that I think all men need, because it forces us to level up in ways we wouldn't otherwise, and to grow and to rise in ways I don't think we can otherwise. There are certain things that can only be learned as a father, and then of course there are lessons that can only be learned as we strive to be great fathers. Because you can be a mediocre father. Many guys are. That's the definition of mediocre, right? Average, the common. A lot of guys are just whatever. But to be a great father, to be truly committed to being a great dad, oh man, that gives us unique opportunities to really rise and level up. One of those, gentlemen, is that we must be in peak physical condition. We have to have great health and energy. I mean, just walk through an average day, a normal week. That's setting aside all the epic adventures and the cool things you should be doing with your kids. But just an average day in a normal week, you've got to have some serious energy to provide for them, to lead by example for them, to adore their mother, your wife, and take care of her and treat her like a queen, to provide them with an education, with a home, with all their needs and their wants, and with training and coaching and educational stuff, so they get the tutoring and the life lessons and the big thinking lessons, the educational stuff. Like we got to be all over it and be providing in lots and lots and lots and lots of ways. And that requires energy. That requires thought, like clear thinking, good decision making, like genius level. If you're going to provide, especially if you have several kids or lots of kids like we do, if you're going to provide a phenomenal life, that's not just providing finances. It's providing in so many other ways. You are the king in your kingdom. And if you're going to be the king, if you're going to be really provide in all the ways you need to, you have to be a powerful energy generator. You've got to generate all kinds of energy. Today I want to really dial in on specifically physical fitness. Because, so in leading this retreat, really the retreat I did was for young adults, youth and young adults, because I have youth and young adults. And as long as I have youth and young adults and children in my family and in my home, I'm going to be leading things like that so that it's transformational and fun and engaging for my kids, but also for their friends or their future friends or even potentially their future spouses. I want to be helping the next generation, and I want to facilitate truly transformational experiences. So we did that, and I hope you can imagine how much energy that takes to lead a retreat for a bunch of 16, 17, 18-year-olds. Like it is wild, and they're up all night and then up early, and we're working out hard and doing crazy adventures, and it was an absolute blast. You've got to be able to keep up with your kids, whether it's your toddlers or your teens. And not only keep up with them, gentlemen, my personal standard is I have to have more energy and stamina and endurance than they do. I have to have more strength than they do. My boys are 18 and 19, and they are very, very quickly catching up to me and trying to overtake me with strength and stamina and endurance. I'm still hanging on. I'm 45, and I'm still hanging in there with them. I still got them, but they're chasing me, and there will be a day that they pass me, but it won't be today, because I'm pushing my limits still, and I have to have that strength. Now, some of you have let yourself go, and so in a loving but very firm way, brother, I'm calling you out. It is unacceptable to let your body atrophy, to get overweight and out of shape because you're not keeping up with your kids, and they need it. They need you to wrestle with them. They need you to help them with their homework, with their studies, with their projects. They need you to support them in their sports, in their music, in theater, in having experiences and adventures. They need you to take them on field trips, and they need you to take them on huge, epic adventures all over the world. They need you to lead them in challenging things and in things that require stamina and vitality and strength. And you have to be able to defend them, sir. You have a moral obligation and a huge responsibility to defend and protect your family and to lead them in all the places they need or want to go in their life journey. You got to do that. And there's no getting around it. And you just can't do it if you're overweight and out of shape. You can't do it, man. It's slowing you down. You're dragging, and you might not even be cognizant of it. The reason I'm so fired up right now is because I see it all the time. I see these dads, and I hear it's so sad. Oh my goodness, it's so sad. I hear these good youth and good wives in tears, like, oh, I wish my dad would come. I wish he would play with me, wrestle with me, take me on trips. I wish he would show up. I wish he could keep up. But we hear these stories of the dads just getting home and like, oh, I just gotta have some downtime. I just gotta rest. I just gotta relax. I just gotta take it easy. Like, can't we just? And then the dad is suggesting, can't we just sit down and play some video games or watch TV? And they're sedating their own children. They're encouraging, even leading their own children to be lethargic and sedentary, to take the easy path. No way, man. No way. That is unacceptable, brother. So my invitation to you, and I hope I can convey this with enough force that you realize this you have to make some changes if you need to, and get into and stay in the best health of your life for the rest of your life. And I'll be just totally frank here. From the way I see things, if you are out of shape and overweight and low energy, you are failing in at least that aspect of being a father. And it has a way bigger impact than you might think. And it's affecting you and them in more ways than you realize. You might just think, oh no, okay, so I can't take them on a big hike. Oh, that's not a big deal. No, man. It's literally affecting your brain. It's affecting your energy and stamina. It's affecting clarity. It's affecting your engagement, your ability to focus, the way they see you, even if they can't articulate it, even if it's not conscious, at least it's subconscious. It's the way you're being perceived. It's affecting the example. It's affecting the way they're going to live their lives when they become adults. Like, this is massive, man. There's so many implications here, and there's so much research, so much good science around this. I could share all the details and all the stuff and things. It's all there. So this isn't me spouting a bunch of my opinions. Like, it's backed up. It's all there, and there's tons of research. Wonderfully, we live in a great time when there's so much data out there backing this all up. Like, we got to show up, and the challenge is it's exhausting, man, because some of your kids will wake you up in the night, or you won't be able to sleep well for some other reason. Sorry, guys, there's an airplane flying over with a gigantic banner. Can't believe people still advertise like that. It's so funny. So like I was saying, it's exhausting. You might get woken up. You might not sleep well. You're going to have stressful days. You're going to get sick. You're going to have strains on your body. And there's going to be demands. Some of you are working way too much, and you got to adjust that. But you're going to have to work, and you're going to have to work hard. And you have lots of roles and responsibilities. You got to provide. You got to protect. You got to lead. You need to be a great husband and a great father to each of your children. Like, you can almost see it like that. I have to be a father to each one. It's not just, I'm just a father to all of them. No, you're going to be a good father to each of them. And then you have to lead the family legacy, which includes breaking some of the negative things that were handed down you in the family legacy which you grew up in, and establishing new ones and leading that out. It's your responsibility. It's your responsibility to take care of your mind, body, and spirit, and of all the finances, the financial future and the financial well-being for the house. And you got to make sure that the house and the vehicles and the clothes and all the stuff and things that are going on, you got to be in charge of that. That's a lot. And so there's no other option but to have tons of energy and fitness. And it's exhausting. And then after all of that, your young ones are going to want to run and wrestle and daddy, come see this. Daddy, come here. Daddy, come do this. Daddy, come do this. Tickle me, wrestle with me, come play with me, come lift me up, come take me out here. Let's go ride a bike. Let's go jump on the trampoline. Let's go swim in the pool. Let's go jump in the ocean. Let's go run through the forest. And they're going to be asking and asking and asking. And I saw this recently. When I was out on adventures, right? My kids were pleading, like, come do this, come do that, come do this. And kids have insane amounts of energy. It's incredible. But you should too, brother. You should too. And you should easily be able to keep up with your kids. Easily. Now, the opposite has been just embraced in society of like, oh, you're older and you don't have as much energy as a kid, and oh, you can't do that. And everyone just kind of embraces that and talks about it, and that becomes common belief and common language. Like, oh yeah, little kid. And so we keep saying no to our kids. And it's so disappointing to them. And then when they get bigger, they still want to wrestle. They still want you to help. They still want you to do even now bigger adventures. Hey, let's go hiking. Let's go mountain biking. Let's go let's try this cool trick. Let's go travel to this place. Let's go learn this new skill. Let's go skydiving or scuba diving or whatever it is. And we have to be there with them. It is not good enough just to send them off and say, oh, you do it, I'll watch. That's lame. That's lame. In my book, that's lame. I want to be there fully engaged in whatever's going on. So that demands that I keep myself in a phenomenal condition. But I can't spend all my time at the gym. In fact, I limit myself to 30 to 40 minutes of working out. That's it. Because I've multiple businesses. I got this podcast. I'm doing the coaching. I have 7 children and my wife, and we live a phenomenal life. So I can't be spending 2-3 hours in the gym. I can't do that. But I still have to stay in fantastic shape in that limited time. So I learned to optimize. That's what everything I do is all about optimization. I want to share a quick story that just was so deeply imprinted in me when I was probably 12 or 13. My dad came to visit, and he and my mom divorced when I was really little, and he would come maybe once or twice a year to come visit. He came to visit one time. I was 12 or 13, and I just wanted to wrestle. And not a lot. I didn't want to roll out the mats and go crazy. I just wanted to roughhouse a little. So he came up and I grabbed him and kind of shook and oh, let's go. And he got angry. He's like, stop, don't do that. He's like, don't do that. No, I'm old and no, I'm tired. Yeah, no, it's gonna hurt. No, don't do that. And he kind of snapped at me. He got after me. And so I was his 4th child. So that would have put me, roughly, so my 4th child is 16 right now. So he was either my age or even a little bit younger. And let me back up. So that day just got seared into my soul. I made a commitment. I'm like, I will never ever do that with my kids. Any of my kids wants to wrestle or play or do something physical, I'm all in. I'm not going to be like, oh, don't do that. Oh, I'm too tired. I'm too old. Ugh. No, because if I do that, it's on me. It's my fault. Not the kid's fault. Not, nature, not old age. It's me being weak and out of shape and untrained and unprepared. So I made a commitment that day, even as a kid. I was like, man, I will never. That was so disappointing to me because he only showed up every once in a while anyways. He wasn't in my life, wasn't being a good influence, wasn't providing. It was ridiculous. So when he did come, I'm like, okay, let's, you're here. Let's play. Let's have a father-son relationship. And he didn't even want to do that, right? So man, that was pivotal for me. And so I'm in fantastic shape, and my youngest is 6. So I got a long haul. And 10 years from now, she'll be 16. And my 16-year-old daughter right now, she's tough, man. We go to MMA and Krav Maga classes, and she loves to wrestle and roughhouse, as do all my boys. And so I fully expect to do that. And so in 10 years from now, when I'm 55, I'm still going to be taking my youngest daughter to martial arts classes. And I'm still going to be wrestling and, roughhousing and playing tough games and taking them on huge adventures. Because age is just a number, man. Getting old is a choice. And blaming it on busyness, that's bogus. And some of you have been using that excuse. Oh, I'm so busy. I'm just, whatever. It doesn't take more time to eat healthier. It doesn't take more time to eat less, gentlemen. Some of you are overweight just because you eat too much. So there goes that excuse. It actually takes less time to eat less, fellas. And most of you would probably do really well to cut back your intake by about 25%. Just eat a quarter less of what you're eating. And just that alone could have some really positive impacts. And it's okay here. Here's a fundamental philosophy here. It's okay to be hungry. In fact, I like to operate a little bit hungry, where I just feel a little bit of an edge. I don't want to be over full. I mean, how often are you eating and then you're stuffed? You're like, whoa, right? It's terrible. And there's kind of I've found there's kind of a delay there anyways. If you'll stop eating a little sooner, then in a few minutes you're like, yeah, I feel full, I feel satiated. But if you just keep eating, you're trying to eat fast, then you get over full. And then it just turns into fat, man. So I'm down really predominantly to about 2 meals a day. I don't eat, we shouldn't eat the first 2 to 3 hours of the day and the last 2 to 3 hours of the day. That's just a good rule. And then that way it gives you a big window of your body to digest all the food and just let the digestive tract just have a rest, man. It needs a rest. It needs some rest and recovery. And drink lots of water. Some of you aren't drinking enough water, or you're just drinking tons of other garbage. So for me, hard line, really the only thing I drink, fellas, is water. That's it, man. No sodas. Soda's just liquid poison garbage. I don't do any energy drinks. I don't do any coffee or alcohol. I don't even do juices. The juices are they're healthy sugars, but they're just straight sugars nonetheless. And they can really increase insulin resistance. It's a possibility. So I'm drinking water and lots of it, and then exercise hard, hit workouts. That's high intensity interval training. So where you're going from one exercise to another pretty quickly. So I can do that, and I can get a nice hard workout in. And you guys, even if you don't have to, say you are really busy, you got to carve out some time, man. You got to manage your life better. If you're that busy all the time chronically, you suck at managing your life, and you got to change it. And you might be like, well, it's my boss or it's my job. Dude, change it up. You can do it. If your life depended on it, you'd do it. You'd make the change. So do it. Make the change. And you just have to get gritty about it and make the commitment. And on the few days, they should be rare, not every day, that you really genuinely don't have time, you still have 5 minutes. So I'll tell my clients, I'm like, look, man, if you can't do a 5K, do 5 minutes. And then you pick an exercise, do burpees. I dare you. Try to do burpees for 5 minutes straight. I dare you. I challenge you. Try it. One time I just picked a good workout song. I think it was like 3.5 minutes, and I grabbed a 50-pound kettlebell. And I thought, I'm going to try to swing this for this whole song. Couldn't even do it. Not even close. It was tough. This morning I did it again. Put on a song. It was just the next song in a kind of a workout playlist. And I just was on my big boxing bag. I have a big, heavy boxing bag. And I thought, I'm going to just try to punch and kick and knee and elbow this thing for the full length of the song. Whew, man, it was brutal. I was gassed. And I did it after I lifted weights and after I'd done my workout, and that was how I finished my workout. It was tough, man. So do things like that. Like, don't use it as an excuse. Just stop. Stop making excuses. When you care more, when you make it more of a priority, you're going to just get rid of the excuses and you're going to get results. You've heard everyone say that before. Like, you can have excuses or results. You can't have both. So drop the excuses, man. Let's go. One of the guys who joined the Be the Man Masterclass and Tribe, he came in. In fact, several guys. A few of the guys that came in, they're like, "Hey, I'm overweight. I got to drop this stuff." And so they've been dropping weight a lot. That's one of the most rewarding and fun things I do is to help people get in great shape. And he sent me a message last week, said he's already lost 29 pounds, man, which is so fantastic. He said that's the lightest he's been in a long time. And I just had this image, and I want you to just picture this with me. Take a large glass bowl and put 29 pounds of fat in that bowl. And just hold it. Yeah, can you see that? Can you picture it? You're holding, and it'd have to be a pretty large glass bowl with 29 pounds of fat. Even holding 30 pounds of fat in your arms like that would be, I mean, you got to lean into it. It's 30 pounds in a bowl. That's what you're carrying around. Isn't that crazy? I mean, picture it like that. If you're 10 or 20 or 30 or 40 or 50, some of you 80, 90 pounds overweight, see it as it is. And it's like, this doesn't belong to me. And that's true. That fat doesn't belong to you. You've acquired it. You've taken it on. You've brought it into your body, but you need to let it go because it's not who you are. Because who you are as your best self is lean, mean, fighting machine, and you're a functional warrior athlete, right? So you're functionally fit. Functional fitness is awesome. And you're a warrior athlete, able to do whatever needs to be done as a husband and a father. Like, that's the image. And a warrior athlete and a father who has functional fitness, he's not carrying around even 10 pounds or even 5 pounds, gentlemen. He's not carrying around the extra fat because he doesn't need it. And even 5 pounds slows you down. Right? You might think, it's insignificant. But it has an effect. Now, at that level, it's minimal. Right? I'm not going to be fanatical about it. It's minimal, but it does have an effect. If you and I were racing and you were carrying an extra 5 pounds of fat over the race, you're going to feel it. You're absolutely going to feel it. Even when you're out backpacking and you have an extra 5 pounds in your pack, you're going to feel it. As we get those miles, we get crunching miles, you're going to feel the difference in the 5 pounds. Right? So, but if it's 10 or 20 or 30, that's a big problem. And on average, especially in the U.S., you guys, the trend is getting worse. It's not getting better. It just bumped up to 40% now of Americans are obese. Obese, which means they have over 30% body fat. That's crazy, which on average is over 30 pounds of fat. So 40% of Americans, and it was at like 33% several years ago. Now it just keeps getting worse. Like, this isn't going away, even though we keep hearing more and more about it. And there's more gyms than ever before, and there's people talking about it. It's a big problem. So you just have to commit, man. And if you won't do it for yourself, if you don't respect yourself enough to do it, at least do it for your children. Do it for your wife and kids. Do it because you want to be a great dad. Like, embrace it for real. I hope I'm convincing you here that you realize, in order for me to be a great dad, I have to be in great shape. Sincerely, I want you to believe that, embrace that idea. And why not? It's a great idea. It's better than no, I can still be a great dad and be out of shape. That's a lower idea. You can't be the best dad you can be if you're out of shape. I think we can all agree on that. So take that on. Take on that identity. Say, no, I'm going to be a great dad. I want to be a great dad. I'm just going to be fantastic. I want to be a world-class dad. Then in order to do that, I have to be in great shape. Again, there's so many reasons. You got to be able to carry those kiddos when they're little and sometimes when they're big. You got to be able to protect them and help them, especially in some kind of disaster emergency, which those are happening all the time, all over the world, and your time will come where you got to be able to carry somebody. Can you do it? Like, be the guy who can not only carry your own family, but man, you can reach out, and your family's in fantastic shape. We can reach out. My family's in phenomenal shape. We could carry a whole nother family if we had to. That's the point. Like, be like that and set that example. Set the tone, set the pace for being just in phenomenal condition, and make that your standard. Like, in order for me to be a great dad, I have to be in great shape. And then commit. Don't follow the rest of society of, like, just letting it go and getting the dad bod and, oh, it's good enough and it's okay and, oh, I'm busy and, oh, I've been stressed. I got all these other things. That's bogus, man. It's bogus. You can eat less, which you should. You can not eat the first 3 hours a day and not eat the last 3 hours a day. You can make better food choices. Right? Instead of stopping for fast food, stop for some better food. And if there are no good options, just skip, dude. You're not gonna die. You actually lose some weight. It'll be good for you. So, I mean, it just kills me so many times people use expediency as the excuse. I'm like, why'd you eat that crap? Well, I was hungry. So? You're treating your body like a trash can by putting all that garbage in it. Your body's not a trash can. Stop disrespecting yourself. That's what I tell my clients. Every time you put junk in your body, you are literally disrespecting yourself. Your body, sir, is the vehicle. It is the only vehicle you have to experience life and to experience fatherhood. So, as a father, your vehicle for fatherhood is that body you're in. You get one, man. One shot. And some of you have been grossly neglecting it. So, today, right now, recommit to get in the best health of your life and stay there for the rest of your life. I have a small course, a little challenge called Be the Family Man Challenge. It's a 7-day challenge because there's 7 phenomenal principles that are absolutely non-negotiable for dads. You want to be the family man, you got to hit these 7 things, and all 7 of them start with an A. So I called it, basically, I didn't call it this, but I refer to it as the 7 A's of a bad A father and husband, right? It's for family man. And inside of that, if you haven't taken that yet, grab it. It's seriously awesome. And there's a workbook that comes with it. But I decided to put a bonus because this is such a prevalent problem. I decided to add a bonus in there, two bonuses actually. One on how to become an energy generator and just crank up your energy. There's 4 major energy sources, and there's ways to really crank up your energy. So like I got enough energy to power a small village, right? And of course I get tired, I didn't get exhausted, but you can recover. I learned how to recover quickly and how to maintain my energy. So I don't have to be consuming caffeine and sugars and junk, all that garbage and all these stimulants. I don't have to be dependent on any of that. And I have massive amounts of energy. And I've learned how to generate it, so when it's needed, even when I feel exhausted or tired or whatever, if I need the energy, I can flip the generator switch and make it happen. And I just get into daily rhythms and rituals and habits where I'm generating energy all the time so that I've got reserves. I'm ready. Most of the time I'm fully energized and awake and alive. So I'm going to do a bonus course in there on energy generation, and then I'm going to do a bonus course on what we've been talking about here and get into the details of how to drop that extra weight a lot quicker than you think possible. And a lot easier too. You don't have to suffer. You don't have to chew on disgusting food. My standard is it should be delicious and nutritious. Delicious and nutritious. And we eat well. In fact, in both on the retreat and the trip, all the guests were like, wow, this is amazing. Like, how can we get your recipes? How can we eat like that? This is incredible. And it was a good reminder for our family. We're like, oh yeah, like we eat like this every day. This is how we eat. It's amazing. We love food, and we eat great food, but it's healthy and it's delicious. And actually it's easy to make too, because we're not going to go all out, because we're busy. We want to live life and not just spend all of our time maintaining it. So, brother, my invitation: if you haven't gotten it already, get that course, the Be the Family Man Challenge, 7-day challenge. It's crazy inexpensive. And I'll also extend this invitation if you're ready to go all in. And this is just one aspect of life. And if the only thing you got from joining the Be the Man Masterclass and Tribe, the only thing you got from that was better health and fitness, it would be infinitely worth it. In just the year. So it's a whole life, year-long group coaching program. And you get full access to this huge resource in the masterclass plus the coaching each week. But if for nothing else, you got in there and you got in much, much better health, it would be worth it. It would be infinitely worth it. It's because it's going to bring back energy. It's going to prevent illness. It's going to help you show up as a husband and a father, and you're going to feel so alive. The guys in there are constantly telling me like how much energy they're getting, and that they haven't had this kind of energy or experienced these levels of energy like ever. And they're getting off the energy drinks and the caffeine drinks and the coffee and the alcohol and the garbage, and feeling so energized and alive. And that alone is worth it. But that's just one aspect. Just one aspect. And of optimizing your whole life as a husband, as a father, as a businessman, and a man. So the invitation is there, brother. And you can schedule a call with me, like an intake call. Let's get on there and talk about the biggest obstacles you're facing, biggest pain points, what's struggling, why you're stuck, and your biggest goals, the biggest targets, the things you want to go after. And if I can be totally honest here, brother, if you're out of shape and overweight, if you're not in peak physical condition, you need some coaching. And we think, oh no, I don't need it. I just need to do it. And like, well, yeah. If the only reason you wouldn't need it is if you were nailing it. If you're just in phenomenal condition already, then you don't need any additional help. But then there's the other aspects of your life where you need it. Like, you need a coach, man. Unless you got all the results you want, you need a coach, because it's the accountability and the brotherhood, the community, the camaraderie, the resources, the tools, the training, the tactics. It's so powerful. So the invitation is there. Schedule with me. It's call.formidableFamilyman.com. I'll put the link in the notes. But whatever you do, sir, whatever you do, commit today, right now, to get into the best health and fitness of your life. Do it for your family. And start noticing it. Notice all the times your kids ask you to do something, and do not anymore, sir, I beg of you, do not anymore say, oh, I'm too tired, or I'm too old, or I can't do that. And if you are tired and you need more rest and you need more recovery, you need something, you make the changes. It's your responsibility. Level up. If your kids want you to do something, say yes. They want you to go, oh, let's do another round, say yes. Lean in. Be the yes dad to your kids. In fact, lead them out. Say, hey, kids, you ought to be leading. Like, kids, hey, let's go for a ride. Let's go for a run. Let's go do this adventure. Let's go take this trip. Let's go backpacking. Let's go hiking. Let's go exploring. Let's go see the world. Let's sign up for a triathlon together. Let's go do this big adventure race. Lead the way, brother. Lead the way. And stop being limited as a father by the pathetic condition of your body. You got to own that. That is full ownership, and responsibility is yours. Make it right. And I'll give you the tools to do it very quickly. In fact, I mean, no guarantees, because I don't know you, and I don't know how you'll do it, but I've helped a lot of guys lose 10 pounds easily in a week. Think about that. You just drop 10 pounds. Just 10 pounds. That's going to make a big difference right there. And then you get in a totally sustainable system, something you can do for the rest of your life. Like, I've been doing this for years and years and years, and I can do it for the rest of my life. Get you in a sustainable system where then a lot of the guys that I work with and coach, they get, once they get in the rhythm, they lose about a half a pound a day. It's amazing. And you get that out, and then you get down to an optimal state, and then you just maintain that, and you're just a lean, mean fighting machine. You're that warrior king that's an athlete and that's ready for the demands of family life and, gentlemen, for the crazy things that are coming. Society, I know you're noticing it. Society right now is getting to this breaking point, and it's going to snap, and it's going to affect all of us in so many ways. We have got to be prepared, and a lot of guys will be in trouble because they won't be in good shape. So don't wait any longer. Do not wait any longer. Plus, your kids are not getting any younger, and they're not staying where they are. Every single day they're getting older, and they'll never be this old again. And pretty soon they'll be moving out, and you'll just have deep regrets if you didn't get in better health. So do it today. Let me know how I can help. Let's get out there and make it happen. Be the man.